So, like the title suggests, this is going to be a look at the 3 levels that you need to actually have a good first impression with anybody. So, let's get started. Level 1, friend or foe. This is the base level where the person you're meeting for the first time needs to know, are you an enemy, somebody I should run away from, or am I okay with you? And this one is probably the easiest to bypass. What it mainly relies on is body language. Having a calm, open demeanor is what's key, which you may have heard before, but something you may not is that having open palms or just having your hands visible is a big help for this. You see, from an evolutionary perspective, humans are naturally very conscious about the way others have their hands. It makes sense. You know, in the past, if a human was covering their hands, then they may have some sort of weapon or something to kill them with. So even though it's not in their immediate thought, they will be focusing on your hands. And if they're out and open, they'll feel safer. So you can do this, make it kind of like a habit. You know, every time you meet somebody, take your hands out of your pockets. And from there, you can have better interactions. And then it becomes kind of like a conditioning thing where the more you have it, the less, a conditioning thing where now that you have your hands out of your pockets, then the interactions go better and thus it becomes a habit. Okay, level 2, winner or loser. Now this one, love that title, is basically where they want to know, are you more of a leader or more of a follower? And this one is mainly relying on your confidence, how you project yourself. And what I believe can help with this, there's some, scrutiny about it, but it couldn't hurt to try. It's power poses. Basically making your body as big as possible, having your arms outwards and all that stuff. And obviously you don't want to be doing this in front of people. That can be very odd. But basically you just do it in the privacy of your own home, in the bathroom, wherever, before you go to meet somebody or just go out into a public setting. And this can really help with projecting a confident aura, It's a popular term nowadays. And this is especially useful because of something called cognitive biases in the human brain. You see, the human brain, it's quite simple. It likes to use shortcuts to bypass having to understand larger concepts. And an example of this is confirmation bias. So essentially, if you appear confident the first time that you meet somebody, they are more likely to see you as confident subsequent times, even if you don't act exactly the same way as you did the first time. And the same thing applies if you're not. If you act extremely not confident, maybe you have your body slumped over, you're on your phone, then even if maybe you seem a bit more confident the next time, the brain doesn't like to be proven wrong. It likes to be confirmed on what it believes, thus the name confirmation bias. So when you first meet somebody, make sure that you're at your best. You're shaking their hand confidently, you're giving them a genuine compliment. All of these leadership movements, these gestures that show you are not a loser, Okay, level 3, ally or enemy. Okay, now the person at least knows that you aren't going to attack them, and they know that you are somewhat of a confident person. That's fine. You could probably just get by on those 2 levels. But if you actually want to make connections with people, then you need the 3rd level. This is where they see, do we gel? Are we compatible? Do we have similar values? And this is not going to be the same for everybody, obviously. But something that genuinely helps is big talk rather than small talk. Because small talk is probably what you're used to. You ask recycled, boring, mundane questions. Oh, hi, how are you? Oh, that's nice. How was your weekend? Oh, wow, that's cool. Mine was like this. Boring stuff. And the problem with these, especially, is that they are forgettable, and the brain does not register it. And the worst thing that you can be for a good first impression is forgotten, because it shows you left literally no impression. So instead, what you want is to have meaningful conversations, big talk, as I put it, because that's how you can transfer these memories from sensory to short term to even long term, hopefully. But I know what you're thinking, what is big talk? It's simply having genuine, interesting conversations. For example, let's say you ask, I don't know, are you working on like a project upcoming? Or what's like the most exciting thing that's happened to you this entire week? Or, I don't know, this may sound weird, but do you think you'd survive in like a zombie apocalypse? Or even a political one. You can ask, hey, did you hear about the election that happened in the US? This stuff doesn't have to be like A-list amazing. It just has to be different. It has to make the person stop and think, oh, I haven't actually heard that question in a while, if ever. Boom, you're now in a big talk conversation. And once again, this can be done through conditioning, where you slowly start doing this and people have positive responses to it, so you keep doing it, and positive reinforcement, and it becomes a habit. So there you go. Of course, this stuff will take time to learn and do, but if you start implementing it, then I think pretty soon you should be able to have a really, really good first impression with anyone. So, this video is actually for a project, but I thought I'd share it with you guys because I thought it's interesting. All right, thank you. Remember, take action, learn from failure. See ya.